My dear students, we will discuss a few of the more aspects of employee orientation. One of the important aspects is familiarization with the office. It is very much important to take the new hire on a walking tour of the office because it is the first day of a new hire in the organization and new hire don't know that what is located where. So it is a good idea to take the new hire on a walking tour of the office. This tour should not be online. It must be physical tour and you must accompany the new hire while having a tour to the whole of the office. Along the way, point out restrooms, water coolers, the employee lounge, child care facilities if available in some of the Pakistani organizations, the medical office, and any other site likely to be of importance or interest. So it can be a very long list depending on the availability of a different facilities in your office. Some offices have one kind of facilities and other offices have a different kind of facilities. So it must be very customized list according to the facilities available in your particular office. So there must be a checklist and that checklist must be in your hand when you have a tour with a new employee or with a new hire. So you have to mention about each and every position that what is located where in this particular office. Identify any patterns to how the office is laid out. My dear students, every corporate office has a particular patterns and that patterns are printed out on some kind of papers. So better to hold paper having pattern on it and mention those pattern of office location within the overall corporate office. For example, all managers' office lined up along the wall of windows with their respective assistants' desks directly outside. This is one of a typical office setup in any particular big corporate offices. So if your office is smaller or of a different pattern, you may need to describe that pattern to the new hire so he can be familiar with the office and the location of a different managerial offices within the organization. Include a tour of all company floors and offices. It is not a good idea to make familiar new hire only with your own department. It is better to mention that on which floor which office is located, whether or not the person has direct reporting relationship with those offices. If he has a reporting relationship, then you must need to visit such offices and you need to introduce a new hire with every employee in those offices. But if the person would not have a direct reporting relationship with those offices, still you need to mention which office, which department is located on which floor or in which direction. Providing a printed floor plan is helpful. As I mentioned earlier, that it is not possible to memorize each and every location just by visiting them. If you will have a printed floor plan in your hand and in the hand of a new hire, the new hire would be able to relate that written or drawn information to the information you are telling him verbally. So it would help him to memorize the location in best possible way. And that is the main purpose of employee orientation, that you have to make employee comfortable in the organization as soon as possible. So this thing would be really helpful. Try to time your walking tour so that it ends in employee cafeteria. This is a good idea, that your walking tour are going to be end in the employee cafeteria at the beginning of the lunch hour. If the lunch time is 1 hour and you think that whole office tour would take 2 hours, better to start your office tour at 11 a.m. so you would end up the office tour around 1 p.m. so you can end up your tour at the employee cafeteria at the beginning of the lunch. Why this is important? Why I'm emphasizing on ending of that particular tour in the lunch hours in the employee cafeteria? This will enable the new hire to develop familiarity with its layout and offerings. This is one thing that you would be able to. You are helping new hire to be familiar with the office location, but it also allows for informal introductions to other employees who may be eating at the same time. So lunch hours are the time where every employee would be in the employee cafeteria, and every employee are sitting over there, and those people are interacting with each other in an informal way. Whether the new hire has some kind of a formal relationship or reporting relationship with other people, despite of those two things, you are helping him to have an informal introduction with the rest of the employees who are in the office. Content. So far we have seen that proactive managers prepare to welcome new hires by announcing their arrival to the rest of the staff and providing a well outfitted workplace. So proactive approach is much better than reactive approach. When someone is going to join your organization as a new hire, you need to prepare all contents of employee orientation program well before time, and it would give an image about the company that company is quite serious, and they would provide an image that office is a well outfitted workplace. They also address some of the questions posed concerning clothing, parking, supplies and equipment, phones, computers and sanitation, and we have discussed all of these particular components in detail in our previous session. In addition, they provide employees with appropriate printed material now that the person is on board and introduction and tour are completed. So before introduction and before formal tour to the different office location, it was okay, but now you have to provide them all of the legal printed material in the file so that person can go through all of the detailed information about the organization, and that would help him to be the part of organization in more better way. However, this time the emphasis shifts to the departmental and job specific matter. Before it, your focus was overall organization, but now your focus is shifting from organizational orientation to the departmental and more job specific information. So there is a shift from broad organizational orientation to a more specific departmental and job specific information. So this is a purpose which you must need to be achieved.